Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes. We need that energy in America. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Money Mike. This is Ringside Cinema, and earlier today was the finale of the WWE European Tour that ended in London as we are on the road to WrestleMania, and boy oh boy did the road to WrestleMania need today's episode of Monday afternoon Raw, because boy oh boy, I think I figured out this problem of why the build has been the way it has been, and I want to talk about that while talking about what happened on Raw. When the WWE announced that they were moving WrestleMania a couple weeks later, we thought that, okay, they wanted to avoid the NCAA Final Four. They didn't want to be on the same weekend. But I think we're seeing where it has hurt them. Now, if you're like me and you grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, you know that Dragon Ball Z is known for its filler episodes. So, like, in the middle of a big saga or in between sagas, we would get these filler episodes. Remember the episode of Goku and Piccolo having to learn how to drive? Yeah, so the WWE, it's felt like for these last couple weeks, they've been basically filler episodes, trying to just get by, get through until WrestleMania got closer. And what we saw on Raw today was what we should have gotten, or what we would have gotten if, say, WrestleMania was this weekend. If WrestleMania was happening or this past weekend, today's the 31st, so like if WrestleMania was the 29th and 30th, or if WrestleMania was this weekend, being the 5th and 6th, then yeah, I think we would have gotten the segments we got on Raw today much sooner. And I think what I've noticed is that the build to WrestleMania this year has mostly been the WWE just trying to get by until they can really heat things up with their feuds you know until it's closer to WrestleMania. Like on Raw today, Jey Uso, Gunther, we finally got like Jimmy Uso involved. We finally got this whole thing where Gunther is finally making this a little bit more personal. And then Gunther just tying Jey Uso to the rope with a zip tie of all things, and forcing him to watch Gunther destroy his own brother, his own flesh and blood. And literally by that, because Jimmy Uso was busted open. Another example on Raw, John Cena, Cody Rhodes. John Cena comes out, he's about to cut a promo, and then Cody Rhodes immediately interrupts. For weeks we've been having this whole thing. John Cena comes out, he berates the crowd. Cody Rhodes comes out, he says some things to John Cena, and then Cena leaves. So we've needed something. And again, I go back to what I said about filler shows. That's kind of what they've been doing with this whole Cody and John Cena feud, is that they've just been having Cena and Cody cut promos, basically, having Cena cut promos, not against Cody, but against the fans, as essentially just fillers, until they got to this Raw. Because it was like they were waiting to heat it up to finally let Cody and Cena finally have this face-off against one another. Now, we still really don't know why. Again, John Cena has still not explained anything why he sold his soul to The Rock, even though this is the first time that Cody Rhodes has mentioned The Rock in this whole build, because Cody Rhodes did say that, between the two of them, John Cena was the one who sold his soul, not him. And I like the line by John Cena where he said he didn't bury talent, he was the talent. Uh, Cody Rhodes with a little shot towards Vincent McMahon. When he said that John Cena was handpicked by a guy in the office that isn't there no more and that they can't even talk about no more. So I thought I was like, okay, we're finally getting somewhere with this. And then the segment ended with Cody Rhodes hitting a crossroads on John Cena after Cena tried a cheap shot on him, but Cody blocked it. And I really thought, man, this is really what this feud has been needing. Same thing with Gunther and Jay. Um, and again, AJ Styles, Logan Paul, kind of the same thing. They finally they had a little face off on Raw tonight, and they finally confirmed that it's going to be AJ Styles versus Logan Paul at WrestleMania. And even though I kind of don't like the idea of wasting one of AJ's final WrestleManias against Logan Paul, it's going to be a pretty good match. I mean, let's be honest here. I don't like Logan Paul myself, but I do know when he gets in the ring, he does put on a good match, and he's going to be in there with a guy like AJ Styles. So the match is going to be good. Then we got the Intercontinental Championship picture seemingly heating up. The Judgment Day took advantage of some miscues between Penta and Braun Breaker. Finn Balor got the win over Penta, and Finn Balor said he's going to go talk to Adam Pearce about getting an Intercontinental Championship match at WrestleMania. I still kind of think that it's going to end up being a fatal four-way, where it's going to be Penta, Finn Balor, Braun Breaker, and Dominic Mysterio. We did see Liv Morgan kind of hint towards Dom maybe going behind Finn's back, or she was going to go behind Finn's back and get Dom into the match without Finn knowing. So they're still teasing that tension between the Judgment Day with Finn and Dom. And when Finn realizes that the Judgment Day is the Bullet Club of the WWE and realizing that a new member is going to kick him out, the sooner the better, Finn. Come on now. But hey, he actually pinned somebody. He didn't get pinned. So that's an improvement on the booking. Maybe that's a sign of things to come. But also, a sign of things to come too was the main event. Now, this all broke down the way that we all thought. And essentially, Rhea Ripley was left standing at the end of Raw, holding the Women's World title. So, yeah, that pretty much confirms a triple threat match that probably will be announced next week. But yeah, Raw or WrestleMania needed that episode of Raw because for many fans, the build to WrestleMania has been lackluster, and a lot of feuds have been just chugging along, and hopefully now this means for like Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair that we can finally maybe start heating that feud up on SmackDown. Finally find out, okay, who is LA Knight going to defend his U.S. title against? Who's going to go for the tag team titles? It does seem like the New Day is going to go after the War Raiders for the tag team titles on Raw, and the Street Profits did beat Pretty Deadly clean, so are they still going to do a multi-man match? Is it going to be maybe the Street Profits against DIY against Motor City Machine Guns in just a 3-team ladder match? Or will Pretty Deadly find their way into the match? But hopefully now, with WrestleMania being closer, that we can now finally start getting the builds where they need to be for these feuds to make us feel like we're going to be, or make us feel excited for the show. For weeks we've been sitting here going, hey, like what's on? I mean, we need something. These feuds need something. Come on, WWE, give us something to work with. And they finally did. And I do go back to what I said. I think it has to do with WrestleMania being 2 weeks closer hurt the WWE more than it actually helped them. And yeah, let me know in the comments below, what did you guys think of Monday Night Raw from London? SmackDown will be in Chicago, so that will be a good crowd. And the debut of Rey Fenix. Also, so let me know if you're excited for that. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, as I am going to WrestleMania. I will be vlogging during WrestleMania week, so you do not want to miss any of those videos. So go ahead and subscribe today. And as always, I've been your host, Money Mike, and you've been watching Ringside Cinema.